Hi, so today we're going to review FSA plans, section 125, today specifically FSA. There's quite a few varieties of FSA plans. In the following video, I'm going to do a quick rundown on what a POP plan is, and that's also section 125. So sit tight and we'll get to it. Okay, so today we are reviewing FSA plans. There's a couple of different types of FSA plans. Specifically, I was going to talk about just the health insurance one. This might be more geared towards the medical expense side. However, there are a couple of different types that I do want to touch on. So we've got the medical FSA, the dependent care FSA, and the transportation FSA. You also have section 125 premium only plans, which I'll go over in a separate video. And cafeteria plans are also used in section 125. And they allow employees to shop for which plans they want. But in this specific video, we're going to go over section 125 and 132 flexible spending accounts. So it's section 125 is basically in the Internal Revenue Code of the United States, and it allows us to create a plan document to allow employees to take out money pre-tax and set it in a separate account. So it gets set in this separate account, and the amount that they elect is available to them immediately. For example, if an employee decides they want $2,000 in their flexible spending account, that would be broken up over the entire year. So let's say they're paying $100 per paycheck into an FSA. However, the grand total is available immediately. And so I'll give an example to give some context to this. Let's say an employee, again, selects, let's say $2,400 for their FSA. And in month one, they've only put in, let's say, $200 into the FSA. But they have a $2,000 expense from the dentist. They have that total $2,400 available to them day one. So one of the downsides to an FSA for the employer is what happens if this employee uses all $2,400 that they've elected, and let's say they've only paid in 1 or 2 months of the entire year. Yes, that employer is then out that money. So that is a risk that employers take. Usually employers don't start looking at this until you have about 20 employees or more. The smaller employers, that $2,000 can really be a big hit. Although when you get a little bit larger, the risk becomes, starts outweighing, the benefits start outweighing the risks, because every dollar that they're taking out pre-tax is now coming off of the total taxable income on the employer's payroll. And likewise, the employee is also benefiting from the tax savings. They're paying with pre-tax money. So most employees are saving 20% right off the bat of all health expenses on their copays. They can use this money for copays, dental services, deductibles, vision, and other out-of-pocket expenses that aren't completely covered by their medical plan or dental or vision. So we've got the FSA, like off screen here. We've got the health FSA, the limit. There's a limit to what the employee can set aside. In 2021, in 2022, it was $2,850. Okay, so that's up from 2021. Dependent care, the dependent care FSA maximum annual contribution did not change. It's $5,000 per household, or if you're married filing separately, it's $2,500. They changed this a bit because it used to be if you were single, you'd get $2,500, and then if you were married, you would get $5,000. But people pointed out, don't people who are single need more dependent care for their kids? So they corrected this slightly and said, okay, it's per household. Doesn't matter if you're single or married, you still can use the 5,000 for dependent care. And then if you're married, filing separately, you only get the 2,500 because perhaps your spouse has an FSA and they would have their own FSA at 2,500 potentially. Limit on monthly contributions for qualified transportation. So there's a transit FSA under section 132, and it's $280. So I'll touch on this again. What exactly can you use for, what exactly can you use this money for? And most employers offer their employees a debit card that they can access. Some of the less expensive administrators make you fill out a form and mail it in and get reimbursed. But a lot of them now have debit cards, so you have access to that money. So all you have to do is swipe the debit card to get access to your FSA monies. And under the medical expenses, this is with the IRS, it's a list that they release every year. And it includes your deductibles, your co-pays and co-insurance. It now includes personal protective equipment, PPE, over-the-counter medications such as Tylenol, allergy, cold and flu meds, or any other over-the-counter medication that's prescribed by your doctor. They've also added period supplies, tampons and pads. It's a new ad. Heating pads, prescription glasses, shoe inserts, sunscreen, SPF 15 or more, travel pillows, contact lenses, contact lens solution, dental expenses. Of course, they can't be cosmetic veneers or whitening, anything like that. It has to be a filling, something you wouldn't want done unless it was medically necessary. Pregnancy tests, prenatal vitamins, and other prescriptions. This is just to name a few. Qualified dependent care examples. So nanny wages, you can use this money for a nanny. You can use it for daycare, preschool, summer camps, before after school programs. So this is not private school for your children, kindergarten through 12th grade. That's you can do that in preschool, but not after preschool. You have to, it has to be specifically for daycare. Transit and parking. So this is for employees who live in an area where there's not a lot of parking available, and perhaps they have to take a bus in because there's no available parking, or they do drive their car in, they have to pay a meter or to park in a garage of some sort. So this helps maximize the employee's income to take advantage of the tax savings through the FSA and allow the employee to use that FSA money for parking and transit. So one thing that we always want to go over with employees, they don't always need the full $2,500 plus of the medical FSA. So what you want to do is figure out, okay, what am I spending every month on my maintenance medications? What's the copay every month that I have on maintenance medications? What do I spend on average on over-the-counter medications? What do I spend on average at the dental office? What do I spend on average on glasses and contact lenses? Those are the main areas of focus that are pretty consistent in people's lives. You may want to pad it out a little bit and assume that just in case something happens. But one thing with these FSAs, other than the transit, it's use it or lose it. So if you don't use the money that you've set aside in your FSA, you could lose it. So you want to annualize that, come up with that amount. You might want to be conservative your first year since you're just getting used to it. And then you can always up it the following year. It's tax-free money. It comes out of each paycheck and goes into your FSA, and you can use a debit card. I just put an example here. If you lost your debit card or you forgot about it, you can always submit claims. A lot of these administrators allow you to submit claims online as well. So if you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to me. I've provided my email addresses here. Look forward to hearing from you. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. I will do a quick video on premium only plans. So if you're interested in that, be sure to tune into the next video.